Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to another shrimp update video. I just gave them all a cucumber treat this morning. Figured I'd do a little update, try to show off the shrimp some. They haven't been getting too much love since the arrival of the tortoise. And with them being in these little tanks, I just haven't had the opportunity to get them as much attention as I would like to between working on their bigger tanks and dealing with the tortoise and making content for the tortoise now. Never imagined myself as a content creator of any kind, but I have found that it's an effective outlet. That's about as much as I can say on that. So anyway, let's get to looking at some shrimp here, shall we? We'll start off here with the big beautiful red colony. Just look at this. Just like everywhere you look, shrimp, shrimp, shrimp. Some beautiful reds in there, some beautiful ones. Look at that. Of course, it's right at us, but you can't see the color on it. And then there's still all over the plants. And then you get down into the front and just look at them. Look at the number of baby shrimp in this tank. All just feeding like crazy. You may be wondering how I'm going to get all these little shrimp out into the big tank. I don't really have an answer for that yet. Honestly, I'm just going to start netting them out. It's going to be a process. These tanks will probably be left going for a couple months at least, because there's no way I can get all the babies out of this tank. I'm going to have to let them start growing into a more manageable size like this before I can even try to net them. So, yeah, it's going to be a little while before these tanks are empty. But I'm okay with that. I'm not in any hurries. Yeah, look at this. They're everywhere. They're all over in the back. And then I can look up at the plants. Let me see. There's one hanging back there. There's one right there. There's another one just dropped. There's one up there. They love the roots of these plants. There's a little one up there on the leaf. They love the roots of these plants. Today is treat day, so like I said, they are enjoying their slice of cucumber right there. There's another one of my beautiful deep reds right there. Those will be my first targets for when I start netting shrimp out to move. I'm going after those deep, beautiful colors first. I want to keep as strong a color bloodline as I can. A lot of these babies, unfortunately, I don't know how dark they will get yet as they grow. We'll see. I have hopes. Anyway, let's move on here to my blue, which I have said before, in my opinion, this is my personal favorite colony. The little guys. Look at the little baby blues just sitting up there chilling. You know, if you look at just the particles moving around that filter there, it's an impressive flow for just such a little bubble filter. No real mechanism, just an air pump. And it works wonders for the shrimp. I don't have to have a hang-on back or a canister. There's no need for it. With that said, the new tanks might get hang-on back filters added to them depending on what I see on the surface. If I see film or anything establishing on the surface, maybe put a little skimmer in them. I'm not sure yet. Some pretties in here. Look at them. Little baby down there. Like I said, this tank, oh, there's one that doesn't belong. This tank with the ground cover here that grew is the best out of all of them as far as water clarity has been all along. This one doesn't have too many on the cucumber yet. I had to move it. Knocked a few off. There's still some in the area. This one also has my single fancy guppy. He's growing up beautifully. My mother has already requested that fish, so when this tank is done, that fish will be going to live at her house. I'm actually thinking about just giving her this whole tank if she wants it. Don't know if she wants the blue shrimp or not, but we'll see. Could always give her a different color shrimp tank. And if she gets too overpopulated with shrimp in her tank, I can always cull them out and bring them to my colony. So, yeah, back to the shrimp. I have been playing with my underwater camera a little bit. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. That's why you haven't seen any content from it yet. Being as how it's a borescope camera, it's a camera mounted at the end of a very long piece of wire or cable, for lack of a better term. And it's very shaky, so I'm trying to stabilize it. And also, since it's an underwater camera, I cannot add any audio to it. I have to add the audio after the fact. So I'm still trying to play with the editing and stuff. I'm still very new at all of this. I'm not a genius when it comes to this stuff by any means. Would like to know if anyone watching these can tell me what all those things are. Little white balls. They just started showing up. I've tried doing research and I haven't been able to find out any type of egg that they might be. There's some over here too, though. Not quite sure. So if anybody has an idea as to what those are, I haven't noticed them in any other tanks just yet. I know for a fact they're in the blue colony. There might be some in the yellow as well, but I'll have to check. Yeah, I have no clue what those are. If anybody out there's got an idea for that, please leave me a comment. I'd love to learn what that is. All right. Let me get adjusted and switched up here, and I'll give you some more footage of the greens and yellows. All right. Here we are back with the quote-unquote green colony and its little guppy. One of the big mamas in this tank. It's very hard to see the coloring right now, but that one is actually a green. It's very dark. The lighting is not good because there's so many floating plants that just the lighting sucks in these tanks right now. It's another thing that I will rectify in the new tanks. I won't have as much of the floating plant. It's going to still have them. They're just going to have a lot less because they will be larger. I'm putting actual water lettuce in the new tanks. They have a much thicker and denser root system. Where'd he go? It'll give much more area for the shrimp. I can't get it to focus in on that little guy up there. I'm trying for it. Up. But yeah. So they will be a lot better lit in the other aquariums. Plus, I also, as I've explained, the far end of each tank has been left open so that I have a viewing area that I can get the shrimp, whether I lure them out with food or they're just out there. I have a way to view them better and record them and get pictures. Like I said, I am going to be trying to sell them, so I need to be able to get good pictures of what I have. See, this tank is just, yeah, I'll be picking green ones out of this tank, but this tank is not getting moved into a big tank. No way. There's so many that are not green. There's some green ones in there. That one there, I have said it for a long time. I believe that one there to be my troublemaker. It's a very light colored green, and it's got that stripe down its back. And it, yeah, it's the one I think that has all the ugly babies. Yeah, that's right. I said your babies are ugly. What are you going to do about it? Oh, and speaking of which, look at that. Ugly babies, as we're talking, she's loaded with them. And they're big. Let's see if I can get a different angle here. You can just barely see the babies down there, the eggs. I don't know what stage they're at of development. I can't get a good look. Definitely loaded. Anyway, let's continue on here. You can see there are some green ones in here. There's some blue ones in here. There's that there, which is yellow or orange, I believe. And you get this big one down here that is, if I remember right, like almost like a turquoise color. When the light hits it really well, it's real pretty, but it's not green. And you can see back on the filter, those I believe are some of my actual greens from this colony. It's going to be hard taking them out because I got to be careful. I don't want to take out a pregnant one out of here that's pregnant with all these nasty colored babies and then screw up my big tanks. So I have to be careful in how I handle that. And you can see they love that cucumber. And on to my final tank. It's my yellows. Like I said, the placement sucks of these. I do apologize. The footage is not as good. My yellow tank, I don't know what's happening. The population is not where it should be. There's all kinds of adults in here, but I don't see a lot of juveniles or babies anywhere. I don't know if they're being eaten. There's one of my little Odos. There's a lot of adults, but all the babies have disappeared. The only thing that I have come to a conclusion is it's that algae eater that I can't get rid of in here, because I can't catch him, is actually eating shrimp. Or, yeah, shrimp. He hides right there underneath this wood most of the time. The problem I have is I can't take the wood out because the wood is literally covered in shrimp. I made the mistake. These tanks are way too small. I will, if I can give you one piece of advice, if you want to get into shrimp, don't start small. Start with 20 gallons or larger. Give yourself room to make maneuvers and do things that you need. Because, yeah, this has been a nightmare to try and clean. The landscape takes up so much of the tank inside. I just don't have the room to really do anything. I haven't found any dead shrimp in there, so either the died ones are getting eaten or something is eating them. There's a yellow right there. Didn't blend it in really well. Oh, it's a pregnant yellow. Look at that. It's a good sign. I always like to see pregnant shrimp. So I got yellow babies on the way, which is good, but like I said, I'm just worried because this tank used to be my strongest population, and it's not anymore. I don't understand the cause. So I'm excited to get them out, get them moving. Yeah. Just thought I'd give you a little content to the shrimpies this morning. I'm trying to get more shrimp content, but like I said, these tanks, this whole setup right now is less than ideal. I can't get good content. Once they're set up in these, they're spaced, I can easily set my tripod up in front of them. I'll be able to get any content I want of these 4 tanks. I'll be able to do extended content. Oh, here's a little peek. I'm making the long video for this to show all of it, but this is day number 8, and you can see this is the red tank. It's the only one at this point that I have found growth in, but the red tank is going to be the first one that's ready to go. The bad news is the air pumps are hooked to all 4 tanks, and all 4 tanks aren't ready to go yet. So, decisions will have to be made when that gets a little closer. But, we got growth. That's awesome. Anyway, yeah, so there's the shrimp this morning. Like I said, just wanted to get you a little update of them. I'm trying to get more shrimp footage and more content of the shrimp. See, the population is so good in this tank, and also in the red tank. And those are the only 2 tanks that do not have one of those fish. The yellow tank has 1 fish. The blue tank has 3, or had 3 at one point. I've only been able to spot 2 of them recently, but with the coverage in there, there could easily be a 3rd one. I just can't see all 3 at once. But yeah, there you go. There's a look at the shrimp. And one last look at those little white things. I said if they're eggs, I can't identify what kind they are. But yeah, there you go. See you in the next one.